Sign up today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the May 15th. I believe it is. Yeah, it's the May 15th. It is the fantastic Friday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there's having a great day. And let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that, well, it's to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what the bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, but much, much more important than that, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in, 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there, too. You can always send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. And in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on fantastic Friday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to last show. We got a bit of a mixed bag out here. Most of the indices in the red, the exceptions being the Russell 2000 up 13 points, over 1%. The Wilshire's up just slightly. The NASDAQ Composite is up 14 points, so really just slightly there. Otherwise, everything is pulling back. Dow's off 78, S&P's down 6, NASDAQ 100 off about 7 points. Goldilocks is up $16, trading out at $17.57. Big move in silver. It's up nearly 6%. Up 88 pennies, trading at 17.04. Light sweet crude up $1.29. That's trading out at 29.15. Treasury bonds, the 30-year is back 21.30 seconds, and the 10-year is down 3 ticks. Lead the charge dollar-wise. To the upside, you've got Chipotle up 20.80, a little over 2%. Shopify 17, a little over 2%. Sherwin-Williams today, painting the town green, up $15, nearly 3%. Ring Central up 5% or $14. Wix is up $14. To the downside, it's Lam Research off 15. That's 5%. ASML Holdings down 3% or nearly $10. Nextera Energy off 8. That's 3%. Synaptics off 10%. $6 to the downside. Of course, I want to look at what you want to look at. No request thus far. So let's go take a peek at the markets out here. First, let's go take a look at what how the market bottomed this morning, where the signal was. The signal was coming from really at about 8 o'clock. The signals were potentially coming from all the 30-minute time frame profile, all the 30-minute time frame charts. When I say all, ESNQ, YM, RTY, but it was the ES Mini that created that TD9 count bottom. It did that here with this spike as the market opened. It got to a lower low out there. It is either the low of bar 8, 9, or the bar following 9. But that's assuming that that is the low of the count session. In this case here, we had that, gave us the nice signal. And now what we've got is the ES Mini that is likely headed up to the 28.59 area. And that is the level where price most recently broke down to create that TD9 count. We do not have the 9 counts on the other 30-minute time frames. Well, there's one in the Russell 2000, but it didn't qualify. I'll pull that over for you just so you can take a quick peek out here. Didn't qualify based upon the rules and tools that Stevie's son uses out here. But let me just reframe that here. Let me pull over. I believe it was the Russell that also had one. No, it was not the Russell. Okay. What was I thinking? It had to be one of these. I know I'm not too far off base here. Well, it wasn't the NQ. It had to be the Dow. So let's pull the Dow chart over here for you. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, so it was the Dow. And you can see that the low here was formed in bar number 7. So didn't really fit Stevie's parameters out here, but that's okay. The ES Mini did, and it's generating signals. Now, the question is, where is the tug of war? Where is the battle ongoing as we speak right now? And the battle, we can take a look at each individual daily equity future contract. You're going to here's the ES Mini, and you're going to see the battle of Stevie's green line. That's the oscillator and change line. Currently, that's priced at 28.54 and some change out there. So if price closes above 28, we'll call it 28.55, 28.56, then you should anticipate that price will make a run for the top of that box, 28.90. If price closes below that, that suggests that we should see a run for support. That would be the bottom of that profile, 27.66. And I'm not talking about today necessarily, although I don't control what the market does next, just simply giving you that tug of war parameter to make it easier for you to understand, hey, where the market closes at today's session will give you a peek into at least Sunday night's open, or could or should out there. So that's the battle line, 28.54, 28.55 inside the ES Mini. If we take a look at the NQ out here, we're going to see that its battle is also with Stevie's green line. That's not that far above where we're trading right now, 90.100. So use 91.01 as the area. Now you can see that there is a bearish structured profile. So if price is able to close above Stevie's green line, we haven't seen that for a couple of days out here, that would suggest making a run to 92.66 Sunday, Monday, something along those lines out there. Now that's at the top of those profiles. That's where sellers are, or sellers should be out there. And 382 retracement level out here. So Mike is asking, what are my thoughts on the IWM for TZA? Well, here, Mike, if you're in TZA, we can absolutely justify still being short the Russell 2000. Now, what's not shown here is the Gartley sell. So there's a Gartley sell. There's actually a 3 drive to a top pattern inside the, I'm sorry, this is the Dow equity future contract. You asked me about the TZA. We'll get to it in a minute. I'm scatterbrained. Must be Friday, and I just don't even know what day it is. But in any event, back to the Dow equity future contract here. What we're going to want to watch is where does price close in relationship to Stevie's. In this case here, it's a red line, 23.556, give or take out there. Now, the difference between red and green, when we take a look at the squiggly lines out here, that tells us where the price oscillator is at. And inside the Dow equity future contract, because that line is red, the price oscillator is below the 0 threshold level. And when price closes below Stevie's red line, tells us we have a falling price oscillator below 0. Those are bearish indications. So you really want to be watching Stevie's red line coming into the close today. 23, again, 557. You're going to have to add a couple points or two. But if price can close above that, that's suggesting that it would want to move to higher ground. Now, higher ground inside the Dow equity future contract would be the top of its profile, and that is in the 24,218 area. But the center of that box is 23,965. Now to that Russell 2000 equity future contract out here. This is showing a Gartley buy pattern now. Yesterday was just a doji candle, but today you're getting that 3-river morning star pattern, and price is just above Stevie's red line. So with regard to being short the Russell 2000, it's okay right now, but boy, don't let price close above 1251, let's say, because that would tell you you've got more bounce, more pep in its step. We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today. Larry Pesavento is hosting a special event Thursday, May 21st from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Trade What You See, a live trading event. For the first time in over 10 years, Larry will host a live event where you'll watch over his shoulder as he trades the markets live. You'll see how he organizes his trading day, the times most likely to generate a signal, what outside information he ignores, and more importantly, what he does not ignore, and much more. Larry will trade the markets in real time, including the Euro US dollar, pound dollar, dollar yen, the Dow, and E-mini S&P, crude oil, gold, treasury bonds, wheat, and soybeans, and more. When you sign up, you get a month of his daily newsletter, Fibonacci 24/7 included. For all the details on Larry Pesavento's live trading event on Thursday, May 21st, and to sign up today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back. Excuse me about there. Folks, a frog in Stevie's throat out there, but we just got rid of it. So JP in the Tiger's Den was just asking about the July platinum contract. And so, JP, if you take a look at this screen out here, what you're going to see is you're going to focus on the very left-hand side. And when you take a look at platinum, it's run right into two levels of resistance. The first is the top of its daily box. So that's at 821.60. And at that same level, you can see a diagonal yellow line coming across the screen out here. Again, you're in the left-hand panel. And so price has made its way up into resistance. Is it going to be able to take out that resistance level? I don't know. If it does, where is price headed to? Well, that would be $919. $919, although I'm not showing it here for you. That is the TD9 breakdown area. Now, there could be an A to B equals CD pattern as well. That would look like this, but it's got to get through these resistance levels first, and it hasn't done that. And it's trying to deal with the first two resistance areas, and those are very clear, very distinguishable to us. I suppose I would do the A to B equals CD pattern that looks like this. Let's just see what that price point. That's $999. So $919. If price can get above the 821 level, I'd be looking at a move up to that 919 area, and then we would go from there. So I hope that helps you out. Silver. There was a question, I believe, earlier in the Tiger's Den about silver. If we take a look at it. Here you've got a real nice breakout. Now this is above its descending trend line out here. And so then the question becomes, okay, well, where is silver headed to, or what patterns are out here in silver? So when we pull over the daily time frame chart, what we're going to see about silver, and that's got to be careful, today is bar 8 of a TD9 count out here. The last time that silver actually topped was on bar number 8. That was back in the middle of April out here. Now its price target is 1780. And remember that TD9 count pattern, we looked at that in the ES. We looked at it in the, I think it was a Dow on the 30-minute time frame out here. So those highs, if this is going to be a high using this pattern, would top out, could top out today, Monday or Tuesday would be the days you're looking at. It's very possible that silver is also making an A to B equals CD to the upside, but it is going to, when it last bottomed out here, silver, it was with bar number 8 on its TD 9-count pattern out there. So the 9 counts are flowing and glowing and working here inside of silver. But if silver can take out 1780, then its 1-to-1 price projection would get you up to 1942. What you need to know is that there's potential topping signals out here inside of silver over the course of the next couple of trading sessions. Watch that 1780 level out there, and it is the July contract that is the active contract inside of high-ho silver. Now, there was a question that came in. This is from Dan G. Dan is wanting to know, can we take a look at Coca-Cola, K-O? So let's go take a look at it for its, give me a second to get all the way back here. We'll take a look at the 3 different time frames out here. So KO is the ticker symbol. You are long. You're asking where is this thing headed to. So just simply from a profile perspective, you're below the bottom of the monthly. So that meaning there is bearish unless we see some type of real significant bottoming signal. I don't know if we do or don't. Price is in between. It's actually below the center of its bearish structured weekly profile. And that is suggesting that price would pull back to the bottom of its profile, 38.66. However, before it does that, we can see that price is trading above the top of its bearish structured daily profile. And so as long as price remains above 41.59, your preference is about 42.92, then you're sort of okay. But you've got competing battles going on between the daily and the weekly time frame out here. So let's pull over our other charting tools, see if we can figure anything out here. Now, it looks like well, before I do that, it looks like we have an A to B, maybe a completed Gartley sell pattern out here. So let's just take a look at the A to B equals CD. I don't know if it completed or not. Your A point down here on March 23rd. The B point looks like it would be March 30th, and the C point looks like it is April 1st. So kind of shy of the 1-to-1, which would have been 51.09. So, is that close enough? I don't know. Yeah, it's that one becomes. Is it close enough? Maybe. But I don't have any other topping signal other than that potential of a Gartley sell pattern. But as long as as long as price, as I say, remains above 41.59, and that is the center of its bearish structure daily profile, you may be okay out here. If it gets below 41.59, then 37.60 becomes the number as to where it's headed to. Now, let's take a look at those larger time frames. Let's go to the monthly. When the monthly was making a bottom, what was it doing? Well, was it testing its breakout level from 39.36 out here? But it has been able to regain the prior breakout level at 46.04. So this is somewhat suspect with regard to Coca-Cola. If I look at the weekly time frame chart for you, what do we have out here? Price below Stevie's red line at 47.42. So watch the short term. Your signals on the longer term, and you're a long-term holder of this, don't look great. But let's use the daily time frame as a guide out here, and the price point for you to be watching is going to be 41.59. Let's go out to Ron in Denver. Ron, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Great, Steve. Thanks for taking the call.
Sure, my pleasure.
I went long a couple hours ago on Caterpillar and Microsoft. Microsoft seemed to be lagging the market, and I just wondered, how does that look over the next week? Could it hit 185?
So let's take a look at Microsoft, MSFT, folks, and again, take a look at it in relationship to its profiles out here. So above the top of the weekly, above the top of the monthly, that looks good, and below the daily out there. So because you're looking from a short-term standpoint, what you really want to see is price get back in to that daily profile. So at day's end, you'd like to see price close above 180.66, just to give you a slight bit of positive, bullish news for the position that you have taken. If it doesn't close above 180.66, well, then it becomes suspect and says that price could pull back to 167.43. That is the top of its daily profile that, as I said, price was trading above. Now, you've got two valid topping patterns inside of Microsoft, really three valid topping patterns inside of Microsoft. You have a sell the D point, so it's got an A to B equals CD. That was completed out here when the bearish engulfing candle formed on May 12th. That was also confirming a seventh wave move. That is letter G. You'll see a red G on my screen. And it was also really didn't need to confirm it, but it was confirming the TD9 count out here. So this is suggesting on a daily basis that if price doesn't close above that bottom of that daily profile that I gave you, Ron, that price is more likely to pull back to 171.88. And that's the test of its breakout level. That's, from the TD9 count that formed its high out here. And that's how I would look at it. Maybe it bounces to 171 and then it, maybe it does that Monday, Tuesday, and bounces from there. That I don't know. But staying below both Stevie's green line and the bottom of his daily profile says that the odds favor a test of 171.88 before price moves higher.
Okay. Appreciate that.
That help?
Very much so. Thank you very much.
You bet. Ron, always good to hear from you. Have a great weekend. That was Ron in Denver, Colorado. And as the sign says, I want to hear from you too. Give us a call, 877-927-6648. We'll be right back. I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Dow's off 46, S&P 3, NASDAQ is down 6 points out here. We had a request from Duffy to go take a look at Pan American Silver. This is trading out at 24.27 today, gapping up above the top of its daily profile, 22.49. So that is bullish, but it's running right into resistance here. Resistance as we move over, Duff, to the center panel. You're going to see the weekly profile level is up at 24.64. The high today has been 24.53. So that's your resistance level. On the monthly time frame, price is above the top of that level, which was 20.68. So all looks pretty good there. What are the concerns, if any, inside of Pan American Silver? By the way, folks, that ticker symbol's PAAS out here. You are getting back to a prior high. You're doing that. I didn't gauge the volume when we were looking at it on the screen out here. Price is moving higher, no less relative energy. If there were to be a bearish reversal candle, that would confirm a Rhodes momentum indicator topping signal. We're not there yet. This gap up here is just running into the resistance level of its weekly time frame. As I pull over the weekly time frame chart as well, look for any type of topping signals. Nothing that I have here, just simply resistance. So let's sum up. Pan American Silver, it looks pretty good. You'd be paying attention for some type of bearish reversal candle on Monday, Tuesday, something like that. That would be of concern, especially with on the weekly chart price getting up to resistance, 24.64. But other than that, price is just simply stalled up at resistance, 24.64. Maybe just trying to garner some energy to take that level out come next week out there. Let's go to our next question. This one coming in from Keith. Keith writes in, could we take a look at XLU? It's way below my purchase point. At this point, should I hold should I hold on to this long term? So if we take a look at the utility sector inside the S&P 500, let's go see what we know. Right now, today, you'd like to focus on the price level, really be today and Monday. The price level of where it's trading into now, which is the bottom of its daily profile. And that level is 61.78. You can see the last 2 days price tested and rejected that area. So closing below that today, 54.51, would suggest that price would want to move lower out here. You'd like to see two closes below a level of support or two closes above a level of resistance, just to give you some type of confirmation. But I've been watching 54.51. Now, Keith, when we take a look at the weekly and the monthly time frame charts, those don't look very good either. The reason is because price is below the bottom of its weekly profile and below the bottom of its monthly profile. So that doesn't look really great out here. Let's pull over my other charts and see if we can figure anything out, such as, hey, on the daily time frame chart, has this got any type of bottoming signal while price is pulling back to support? And the answer there is no, it doesn't. But if it doesn't take out today's low, you could see a lower low on Monday. Doesn't necessarily have to be Monday, and that would give you wave number 7. That would be letter G, and that would be something to think about. There's something to think about out here. But at this stage, the battle is drawn at that 54-51 area. We'd have to pay attention to that. As I said, it sounds like you've been in this for a while, so I'm not going to suggest that you jettison here just yet, but I don't see any good news necessarily to really keep you into this trade out here, as we just simply scan through the charts. Where my price pulled back to, well, the monthly says 51.54 is not out of the question, and I don't have really a target for you on the daily time frame. That's why the bottom of that profile is so important. The other area that's really important is Stevie's red line, which has really acted as resistance for the last couple of weeks out here. And that's currently priced at 55.19. That's really, Keith, what you need to see price close above to give you at least some little bit of warm fuzzies. But right now, the charts for XLU are not giving us the warm and fuzzy feeling. Let's go to Jeff in Philly. Jeff, thanks for calling. How are you today?
Doing well. How about you, Steve?
Very good. Thanks for asking. And you've got some questions about the futures, equity futures, all futures?
It's probably most futures, but especially ag futures and gold. So I wanted to make an observation and ask you a question.
Sure.
So, excuse me. The observation is that it seems like most of the time, whatever the overall price action of a futures is during the day, overnight, it goes the other way. And my question is, have you done any studies on that? Have you, looked at how often an overnight move is the opposite of the daily move?
No, because that's not necessarily. Now I want to answer that question. The answer is no, I haven't, because it's not how I trade. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Instead, what I'm looking at is the signals, especially like short-term signals or support and resistance on a daily time frame. Give me one of the, So you said metals, or you said ag products.
I'll give you an example. Sure.
Yeah.
This just happened last night, as a matter of fact.
Oh.
So I was looking at gold. Excuse me,
Okay.
I got a little tickle in my throat.
That's okay.
Sorry. So so gold. So I got, like the way I trade, I also trade off indications and
Sure.
patterns and things, and it looked like gold was going higher, particularly on a daily basis. So it's going to be like a swing trade, and I put my trade in to go long, stop and a target, and
around what time?
Eventually I went to sleep. So I can't manage my trade.
Around what time did you take
while
that
I'm
trade?
sleeping. Yeah, go ahead.
At around what time did you take that trade, do you think?
Probably around 10:30-ish.
10:30. Okay.
I can look it up.
No. That just, if you gave me a ballpark, then then what I could at least do while we're talking is I could go back to last evening around 10:30. So 10:30 is going to put us at 22:30 hours out here, and at around 22:30. So do you use market profiles by any chance?
No, I don't.
Okay, so let's say at around 10:30, the signal was to go ahead and take you went long in gold. So at 22:30, price was at about the 1743 area, and from a market profile standpoint, now you would also know, if you're using the TD9 count series out here, you would have also known that was at bar number 7, and we know that on the TD9 count pattern, that price can form a top or a bottom. In this case here, we're looking at a short-term top, and I'm looking at a 30-minute time frame chart, that it can form a bars 8, 9 to the bar following 9. So that might have kept you out of taking that long trade, knowing that you were close to a topping signal, while at the same time, the top of its profile was at about 1746. In other words, you're coming at that time, you've got a topping type signal as you're coming into a clear resistance level. Now, when price pulled back, when it pulled back at 6:30 this morning at $1,738, what it was doing, because of that 9 count pattern, it was pulling right back to where price broke out at 1738. We can see how that was tested at 6:30. It was tested at 8. Would you do me a favor, because we've got a hard break that we're going into?
Yeah.
Would you just stay on the line, and we'll come back and we'll take a look at this, and I'd like to help you out however I can. All right?
Sure, and I'll look up the time I entered the trade. Thanks.
You bet. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Larry Pesavento is hosting a special event Thursday, May 21st from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Trade What You See, a live trading event. For the first time in over 10 years, Larry will host a live event where you'll watch over his shoulder as he trades the markets live. You'll see how he organizes his trading day, the times most likely to generate a signal, what outside information he ignores, and more importantly, what he does not ignore, and much more. Larry will trade the markets in real time, including the Euro US dollar, pound dollar, dollar yen, the Dow, and E-mini S&P, crude oil, gold, treasury bonds, wheat, and soybeans, and more. When you sign up, you get a month of his daily newsletter, Fibonacci 24/7 included. For all the details on Larry Pesavento's live trading event on Thursday, May 21st, and to sign up today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We're on the phone with Jeff in Philly. We're taking a look right now. We're eyeing the 30-minute time frame chart for the gold contract, and so one of the things, Jeff, that I think is really important is understanding different support and resistance levels out here, because what you want to be able to do is understand. So prices oftentimes, it doesn't matter what time frame it is that we're using, will pull back. And the question is, when it's pulling back, is it really just pulling back to where it had broken out before, just to test that level and then continue to move on? Or is it going to close below those areas and possibly suggest some type of change in trend for the time frame in which you are trading out here? And so there are really 3 excellent ways to be able to do that. One of those ways would be able to use market profiles. I like the market profiles from TAS, but there are others that are out there. Another way to do that is using the TD9 count pattern. And so let's focus on that just for a moment. And so you can see just how well this has actually worked for gold, because I really think your question, which was, hey, do I notice a certain pattern during regular trading hours versus evening trading hours and so forth? And my response was, well, I just trade the patterns, whether long or short. And so here we take a look at price pulling back as one example. At 8:30 yesterday morning, price pulled back, and it pulled back into the 1715.90 area. And 1715.90, in fact, during that bar, price went from about 1722 down to about 1715. So maybe that $5, $6 move looked like a lot, but it would have looked like a lot if you didn't know that it was pulling back just to test its breakout support level, 1715.90. That would have been your buy. In overnight action out here at 6:30 this morning, price did the same thing, only it was testing a newer breakout level, which was 1738. It tested that again at 7 o'clock, and it tested it once more at 8. I believe at 8:30 there were some numbers that might have been released. I don't recall which ones. And then price simply took off, from there. So it's really helpful. So the TD9 count, this is something you don't necessarily need a tool. You can do the counting yourself. I've got a workshop on my members page in the archive workshop, and it'll show you exactly how to do that, and it might help you. The other levels that I would suggest that you do, you don't need a special tool for this. You just need to know when each of the major markets are opening. So this is a 30-minute time frame chart here for gold. And what this does, if you take a look at the black horizontal lines, those represent the opening range bar for the U.S. So that's going to be the 6 to 6:30 time frame. The red bars are when Asia is opening, and the blue bars are the 30-minute cycle for when Europe is opening. And what we can also see is all of the pullbacks this morning were also coming in to support the support of its opening range out there. And I think if you so this is another thing that you can use, just in my opinion, to help you, because I use them all the time to help you out with your futures trading.
Well, when you let's say you take a trade that you expect you're going to hold on to for at least on the order of a day or so, and you know that it's going to go into the overnight, and you know that you're going to sleep for at least 5-6 hours. Do you take some kind of hedge, or do you take it off and put it back on the next day, or do you do anything special to account for the overnight action, which is often a little out of the pattern, or not following the pattern well?
Sure. So it's a great question, and I can't give you a solid answer, but I can tell you the process that I go through. And for me, it's always about risk reward. And so at that stage, what you have to do is try to figure out, well, where is support? That's the first thing, focusing on the risk piece of it. So this is on a long trade. So where is support? On a short trade, where is resistance out here? And here, using just simply the TD9 levels, which are the ones that I would lean more on. Then you can do what your risk is. Where's price trading? And if price closes below X, because that's where you would adjust your stop, somewhere below that, not right at it. You've got to give it, a little bit of room because of the intra-period session out there. And then you try to figure out, well, where's your reward? And you can do that by doing an A to B equal C price projection, Fibonacci expansions, maybe where is on a different higher time frame level. Is there a breakdown area? Because just as I put in here breakout areas, I also have breakdown levels. So it's going to have to. I would say it becomes a reward risk factor. The other thing, some of these tools that I have on here, I have them automated, so they send me a message to my phone that's near the bed, and the little beep will go off to make me aware that I might need to go take a look at something.
Okay.
I mean, so that's the tools and the set of systems that I use to assist me. But it's always about, hey, where is support? Now, you may find where support is at and say it's not worth the reward. So then what do you do? Well, then what you do is figure out, well, what are you willing to risk? Adjust your stop. That's assuming that you are able to, that you've got an OCO type of order in there, because that's the only type of order that I will trade. I have both sides always covered, and that way I can sleep through the little buzzer, which I might do anyways. I might not hear it or something. Right? So I can sleep peacefully at night because I know that I've got both sides of the trade covered. Is that kind of making sense?
Oh, yeah, me too. I do exactly the same thing. I use the OCO, and I always have both a stop and a target.
Yeah.
Even when I'm at the computer, I have them because maybe I'm going to look at something else and I won't be looking at that particular chart. So in every single trade, I figure out where to put my stop, where to put my target. And then if I'm sitting in front of the computer, I might adjust. Well, I normally do not adjust the stop, but I might adjust the target. But I always do that. It seems like at night, if it's going to go against me, that's when it often happens in a longer term type of, in a swing trade.
Well, look, there's no doubt because we're in a one world market, and it's not just you trading gold. It's that person that is in Asia that's also trading gold, and so they're coming on board at 8:30, 9:30 at night, and then you've got the folks in Europe that are coming on board, and so that's why I take a look at the opening range bar. What took place during that first 30 minutes of the session? Now, I'm using when they're coming on. I'm using Asia from the standpoint of when its cash market begins to open, and the same thing in Europe. In the case of the U.S., I'm just looking at that first 30-minute bar from 6 to 6:30 out here, and that helps me to understand what the markets are doing if they're breaking out. When you are trading above all of the opening ranges, then it's bullish out here. And we can see right now for the gold contract, it's above all opening ranges. So we'd have to go to this time frame chart to look for some type of topping signal. And here we can see that when price was pulling back, it was just pulling back because these act as support or resistance levels out here. You can look just over the past couple of days how price, even yesterday, price pulled back into the support of the Asia opening range level out here. I think that'll help you a lot. And give it a shot, okay?
Okay. Okay,
and
great.
learn the TD9s.
Thanks for the feedback.
Learn the TD9s. It'll help you a bunch.
All right. Take care, Steve.
You bet. Thanks so much for calling. That was Jeff in Philly. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets. This is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks, to round out the show here. Requesting the Tigers Den to take a look at 3 different instruments in the natural gas area. The first one is EQT. The question is, what levels do these need to hold in order to stay bullish? So this had completed an A to B equals CD to the upside. I can't draw it in here, but you can see the shooting star pattern up at the highs. Now, yesterday was the hammer candle. So the shooting star, the bearish reversal candle, and I'd say it needs to hold the 1181, which is the bottom of that daily profile out here. The concern about this is that on the weekly basis, what EQT did was it formed a TD9 count pattern. So bar number 8, and this is suggesting price could pull back to 10.05. Now, if it's going to pull back to 10.05, you'll know that because you'll see it close below 1181. So you have the topping pattern. It says, okay, I'm going to push price back to support. In this stage here, support is held on the daily time frame. So 1181, you know, look, you would stop out if you saw it close below 1181 if you took that trade now, knowing that on the weekly time frame where price would pull back to. If we take a look at the second one that was requested, RRC. This is the daily time frame. This forms a Rhodes momentum indicator top, and the price level that this would be shoot is targeting, because price right now trading below the bottom of its bullish structured daily profile, is 429. So you're going to look at the 429 area as price is moving down there. No type of pattern or anything like that from a bottom standpoint, but 429 is where this appears to be targeting. And then the third one was, let me pull this over here. It's on another chart. This is just the daily time frame that we're going to get an opportunity to look at, in ticker symbol is MR. And as we take a look at it, today is going to be bar number 9 of a TD9 count. Yesterday was a lower low, and so this could be a bottom. Had a Rhodes momentum indicator top. So it could be either yesterday, today, trading's not over, or Monday, that would identify the bottom of a TD9 count. As long as price is above 385 to 421, this has got bottom potential. MR. Hope that helps you out, folks. Thanks so much for being here all week long. Have a safe weekend. Get out in the sun if you can, and we'll look forward to seeing you on Magical Monday. Stay tuned. 2 more great hours are left, and we'll see you on Monday. Take care.